RuggaMatrix International is brought to you by Strike. Check out their fleet tracking system. It'll save you hundreds per month. And also, this week, a special sponsorship brought to you by the Sydney Irish Rugby Football Club and their charity walk this Friday, the 5th of July. Proceeds will go to players seriously injured playing our sport of rugby union. Go to mycause.com.au or click on the link at RuggaMatrix.com. Hello and welcome to RuggaMatrix International. We're coming to you from Etihad Stadium with Mark Cashman. Mark, we've just seen the end of the second test between Australia and the British and Irish Lions, and it finished 16-15. What a thriller.
What an absolute epic, Bronk. And listen, it's great to actually be on the field where the game was played. What a great night of rugby. 57,661 people. A great spectacle. Not much of a game in terms of try-wise and all that sort of stuff, but listen, what an occasion.
Yeah, great occasion. Try-wise, yes, very, very quiet on that front. But what a try it was. And I've hit a rich vein of form with the match program, Cash Cow, because last week I did Israel Folau. He carved up with 2 tries. And tonight, as the steam comes out of my mouth, it was Adam Ashley Cooper. So 2 out of 2, mate.
You're an absolute freak, Bronk, and listen, if you're into self-promotion, listen, you can do that. And listen, for the punters out there, Ben Alexander is our man we're going to talk to over the next couple of days. So, listen, get your money on Benny Alexander for that first try next week, eh?
Yeah, can't wait for the chip over the top. All right, so wonderful match tonight. Firstly, let's quickly sum up our thoughts of it. I thought, again, James O'Connor struggled at 10, and despite that, he did come up with a killer play towards the end. But I think overall, Australia lack an attack there. The Lions, I thought, had a better team, but it probably dominated the game in my thoughts. So Australia probably reversing the tables on the Lions this time around from the first test, when they probably should have won that one.
Yeah, Bronk, it was a game of territory. It was a game of stop-start, really. It was a game where I thought there was too much involvement from the referee, Craig Gibert. But listen, these games are about manufacturing a victory, and that's exactly what the Wallabies have done tonight. The series is alive. It's great.
It's absolutely fantastic to see it. It's an omen, just like 2001. The series was, I guess, tied here in Melbourne when Joe Roff scored those 2 wonderful tries. So we head to Sydney now for a decider. But let's go to the mixed zone. Unfortunately, we don't have any Lions interviews for you because they happened to take off before we got to them. But first up, we hear from Michael Hooper, who spoke with Mark Cashman.
Obviously a highlight of your test career so far, Michael.
Yeah, mate, I mean, it's excellent. You know, that was probably the biggest game I've played in, and, you know, hopefully if I can get in the team next week, that will top it.
The breakdown was fairly sort of messy, a lot of penalties in and around there. Were you surprised the game didn't flow more than it did?
Yeah, I was. They were good there at the breakdown tonight. You know, they got awarded a few penalties and put a lot of pressure on our ball. So, you know, we're going to have to be better there next week. And, you know, it was stop and start, and, you know, we had to adapt to that.
Field position's obviously going to be essential. It was tonight. Once you got down there, you were able to work a bit of magic. Yeah,
I think our kickers were superb tonight. You know, Kirtley finding touch, and Christian getting the winning goals there and hitting 100%, I think. So, mate, you can't ask for much more than that.
What's the feeling like in the rooms after that?
Oh, mate, you want to play these games. You know, it's be nice to wrap it up 2-0, but, you know, it's pretty exciting to go to a decider, and, mate, I can't wait.
Your open side mate Liam Gill came in, had a couple of critical plays as well, but you know, it's a team game, I suppose.
It is, mate. I mean, that line-out steal was very special there at the end. Mate, you know, you need your bench players to come on and help and put a good impact in, and he did that, so it was great.
Tell us something about Adam Ashley Cooper. He's obviously a very important part of this side. You know, a bit of a joker around the rooms and all that sort of stuff, but 100% professional.
Yeah, he is, mate. Once, you know, you get on the training field or game time, he is 100% professional, as you said, and mate, he's able to let his hair down and you know, have a good time off the field and around the team environment. So, mate, he's a massive part of this team.
Yeah, interesting thoughts from Hoops there, but listen, another wholehearted effort from Michael Hooper. He's growing in stature as a number 7, and listen, he's tag team there with Liam Gill, and they're obviously learning a lot from having George Smith in the camp this week. So you know, what a great effort, and listen, he did some real good stuff there. Carried the ball, a lot of good tackles, and also a lot of jackling going on there by M. Hooper.
All right, so I think the guy who had another powerhouse game was the Australian vice-captain. Well, he should be the vice-captain if he isn't. I don't know if he's listed in the program, but Genia was absolutely terrific again, and he made sure that the game was over by booting it into touch when Lee Halfpenny missed the final shot at penalty goal right at the end, and Mark Cashman also spoke to Genia.
Will, the skipper did very well tonight, James Hall.
Yeah, he was incredible. He's someone who leads right from the front. He's an inspirational leader, and he's a wonderful player to have in your team.
Robbie spoke about the back line coming together slowly as it is. Did you see that as another step forward?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's going to take time. Guys in new positions, new combinations, only the second outing together, so it is going to take time. It's just about having the faith in each other and putting the faith from the coach's point of view in the team, and we'll make it work.
What did you think of the way the game was played? A very stop-start. It was a tense affair. It was an exciting test match, though.
Yeah, I mean, not many, obviously only the one try scored, but nonetheless, I think it was really exciting for the fans and really exciting for us in the field, A little bit stop-start and set-piece orientated, but, big long-range kicks being taken, points being scored, and tense finish at the end, and, yeah, really happy with the result.
What's your feeling about next week? Obviously 85-odd thousand there at ANZ Stadium. What an occasion.
Yeah, the atmosphere is only going to get better, and it's only going to be more intense. It's going to be the decider, and what a way to finish in Sydney. 85,000 people. What a way to do it.
And just going back to Halfpenny's shot at the end there, what was going through the head then?
Well, I can't really describe it. I was just disappointed we gave away the penalty and gave them an option to step up and win the game, but. It was a tough kick, It was on the halfway line, 15 metres in from the sideline. It was always going to be an incredible effort to get it over, and I said before, thank God that the result went our way.
Thanks, Will. Good luck next week.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, Bronk. Listen, another superb performance from Genia. Listen, he is the little general for this Wallaby side. He plays 80 minutes, and they need him on there for every one of those 80 minutes. He sets the tempo of the game. Organises everybody. Obviously, a lot's got to fall into place for him to play well, and that's what happened at different times today. When it was on, and he got that ball. He got that call from James O'Connor, and nicely angled run from Adam Ashley Cooper to score that try. Geez, I wish I had him as first try scorer, Brock.
I don't know if he was paying that much, but yeah, that's the one thing I thought was brilliant by James O'Connor, and he has that class. It's just the difficulty of him running the game at 10. I think he's going through those issues at the moment because he's so green in that area. Well, the man of the moment, he missed almost the entire game last week when he was knocked senseless, but Christian Leali'ifano kicked the Australian goals tonight, but he kicked the one that counted at the end, which was the conversion to Adam Ashley Cooper's try. He also spoke to the waiting press after the game.
Thoughts going through your head, Christian, for that last kick of goal?
Yeah, mate, normal. I just felt the same process you do when you're kicking. Well, I said it during the week. I feel like just kicking in the backyard with my nephews. Obviously different tonight with 50,000 people screaming at you, but trying to hear myself think was the hardest thing, and then trying to go through my process. So I'm very, very happy that it went over.
Big change last week, mate. Was that hard for you to sort of regroup yourself after last week and play tonight?
Not really. I think the biggest thing was trying to get cleared from all the head tests that they do, and I'm glad the doctors did everything they could to try and prevent anything else happening. I'm glad that they do have those processes and protocols in place, but a very tough week, and to come back out and after the minute Mark went, I sort of gave myself a little fist pump, so I was pretty happy. I made it past the minute, and I'm just very happy with the result.
How much of a step up was it in intensity?
Oh, massive, mate. I was saying earlier that this is the toughest game I've played in, and I guess that's what Test match footy's like.
Where do you feel the momentum is now? Do you feel it does lie with you 1-1 and you just won that game?
I don't think so. I think it's even. It is 1-1. We'll just take plenty of confidence out of taking
a bit of quality time with the family this week in Melbourne.
Yeah, it was good to get home, and again, I've said all along they've stuck by me through all my tough times, and credit to them. I just can't thank them enough for all they've done for me throughout my career and my injuries.
Interesting interview, that one, Bronk. Had to elbow aside a bloke from Channel 7. I think he's Matt Carmichael. So.
Yeah, he's not hard, mate. He's just a bit of a lemon. I think he played for Souths.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. He was probably played in the backs too, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, they're all backs at Souths and Brisbane, but yeah, Christian Leali'ifano, he spends quite a deal of time with his family after the test matches. He did it last week, and I watched him tonight do it, so it's really important to him, his family, and he was a hero tonight, just a couple of tests in his career.
Listen, he is a nice foil for James O'Connor. I think he's probably a bit more organised, a bit more heady about where the play is going, and for his second test in, or really it was only his first test when you sort of think about it. I know he got the cap last week for the 45 seconds that he was on the field before getting knocked out in that first test up in Brisbane. But a great effort from him. He made a lot of good ground through the middle of the ruck, and also kicked the goals, and that's very important in a series like this.
Certainly, so let's quickly wrap up our thoughts on the Lions. Lee Halfpenny was fantastic at the back again, and just look at these pictures I took from one of the ends of this stadium of George North picking up Israel Folau, who's tackling him and throwing him off like a bull, and then injured himself after it. But you have to be some sort of beast to do that to Israel Folau.
Two of the greatest wingers the game of rugby has ever seen, head to head. What a fantastic picture, Bronk. And listen, that's going to be worth a bit of money for you, mate.
Oh, okay, I'll send the
swimming pool out of it.
I'm still waiting for the invoice to go through from the first test. All right, so but Ben Youngs, what did you think? He was replaced later in the game. What the changes made there around the scrum base? What were your thoughts on that?
It's interesting what Warren Gatland is doing. He's not sitting on his hands. He's looking to improve this side. Obviously, he's got to deal with a lot of things, including the these guys getting a bit tired at the end of a very, very long season. He's got to change up, and that's what he did for this test. It didn't work. I thought the Youngs experiment came off in certain circumstances, but listen, he's got options, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought both teams were very good under the high ball. A very hard surface here at Etihad Stadium, like just absolutely rock hard. So we should have had more running rugby, but as you mentioned, I think the referee probably got involved a bit longer and more often than he should have tonight. Mark Cashman, thanks for joining me again tonight at Etihad Stadium.
See you next week in Sydney, Bronk.
Looking forward to it. Game 3, we're down to the wire. It's a promoter's dream. Can't wait for that, and we'll be there with our coverage during the week in Sydney. And I think the James Horwell thing will blow up, cited again after being let off the first time around under the due to the demands by the IRB. Just quickly on that, I think it's a high farce that this can be overturned. Yes, he was lucky to get away with it, but he did get away with it. It should be just left alone.
I think it's called double jeopardy, Bronk, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Can you be convicted twice over the same matter? I don't think so. So we'll see where that lands. It may even end up in court. But also on the Lions front, Sam Warburton, hamstring twinge, may well be in some doubt for the game in Sydney.
They have got plenty of back rowers though.
They certainly do. Sean O'Brien, Tom Croft, you name them. They're just they're all littered throughout that squad. All quality players too.
I don't know if Casho got the double jeopardy quite right, because you actually have to be found guilty first.
I knew that.
All right, Cash Cow with the screenplay coming your way. All right, everyone, thank you very much for joining us. We will be back in the next couple of days as we head into the Sydney Test, and looking forward to catching up with a good mate of mine, Justin Harrison. Of course, he was a hero of the third Test in 2001 when he contested the line out to deny the Lions a chance to steal the game from Australia. That'll be a great chat. Look forward to that. We'll see you on the road next week.